Hello, everyone. It is Saturday afternoon, and I thought it was time for me to uh, speak on the tragedies of this past week in Minneapolis and Baton Rouge and Dallas, Texas. And like many of you, I haven't had the words uh, with the loss of so many innocent lives, uh, lives that were taken out of anger and hate and prejudice. And as I was been in prayer, uh, I've stayed in prayer, and I've encouraged you as well to pray through this week through the feelings of anger and frustration and hurt and loss and pain for the lives of uh, the young men that died this week, the police officers and the two young men, and again in Baton Rouge and Minneapolis. But even more so, as I look back and go back, um, not only this week, uh, but I could really be speaking to a loss of life that happens every week, uh, in some cases every day throughout the cities uh, of this country, about this great country, the United States of America. And I want to speak to specifically, even more so, this feeling of what do we do? What do I do? Other than grieve and hurt and pray uh, to get it to stop, to get it to end. For all of us as a community, as human beings, as brothers and sisters, to come together, uh, to love and to respect each other and respect the precious gift of life. And it's been a question that it just continues to go on and on and on in my head as I see what's happening. America is under attack from within. We are attacking each other. We are a country at war with ourselves. And I saw a post last night on Facebook, and I understood the intent of it and the purpose of it, and the meaning of it. Its intent was to hopefully save lives. And there was a video of a young man giving instructions on how to properly conduct yourself when you're pulled over by the police office to hopefully save your life, to get you home. And I've spoken to that, I think, myself on different occasions, but this one specifically gave you a visual instruction or an audio or a videotape of how to conduct yourself, where to place your hands, where to have your driver's license, how to speak to the officer, how to make sure that the officer who is pulling you over does not feel threatened in any way, shape, or form, which may trigger him, for lack of a better term, not to shoot you and to take your life over a traffic stop. And as I watched that video, I watched it a couple of times, but as I watched it, I thought to myself, wow, this is where we are, where we have to have an instruction video or an instructional video on how to survive a traffic stop in the United States of America. Now, again, obviously, I'm not speaking of something that has just started over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months. This has been part of our history as African Americans. This has been part of our history and our culture and society for people of color. And we are where we are today still. This has been something that's been going on for years, many years before I was born, and I'm 53 years young. The only thing that's changed now is that we have cell phones and cameras and videos to record the incidents, to record the shootings, to record the behaviors, to record the loss of life. We have video, we have audio, but we can see it in front of us now in real time to where in the past maybe you didn't see it. You wondered how your uncle or your son or your father or your friend was killed at a traffic stop or was killed with an encounter with the police department. Uh, and all you had to go by was a report. So I believe I'm in a place right now to where, as I ponder, what can I do individually to help stop this cycle of life being lost, of men and women and children being killed on a daily basis. And we as a country, we can come together and we can bow our heads and we can pray and we can grieve and we can mourn, but nothing seems to change. Nothing seems to get better. I believe we have a civic obligation to hold our leaders accountable. I'm speaking of our congressmen and our senators and councilmen and our presidents, to hold them accountable. The political office is a powerful office, and we vote or we choose not to vote because of our frustration or whoever the candidates may be. But one process, one step that we do have to take is to exercise our legal right and vote the people in office who will have our best interests at heart, who will hear our voice and hear our cries, who will feel our pain, and who will champion our cause alongside with us. I'm a man of faith, a strong believer, and my faith is strong. My faith hasn't wavered in this week or in the past when these incidents and when these events of shootings and death occur. But I hurt, and I get angry, and I get frustrated like the rest of my brothers and sisters. And something does have to change, and we have to be the change that we want to see. I'm not against protest. I'm not against public displays of debate and coming together for meetings and dialogue and let's have a conversation we hear all the time about race and the issues in our society. And I'm not saying that that can't help, because I do believe it's a starting point. But we have to do more than talk. We have to do more than share. We have to do more than debate. We have to take action. We have to hold people accountable for when they do wrong, for when they do take another life. And I'm speaking more beyond just arresting someone and putting them in jail in the prison system. That's a different topic in itself, our prison system in itself. But the conduct and the process and how we move forward, we will not be able to make a difference if our only discussion is hate. If our only discussion is killing. If our only discussion is you hurt me, so now I'm going to hurt you. There is a dialogue that needs to take place. But I truly believe that we as leaders in the community, our men in the community, our men in our churches, our leaders in our churches, our men in political office have to rise up. We have to stand up for what is right. We have to take charge and take responsibility for our communities. We have to train and teach and lead our young men into becoming the men of God that we desire them to be. We have to stand up and take our rightful place in our homes and in our communities and in our churches and in our governments and in our politics and in our laws and in our rules that govern our society. We have to be more than vocal. We have to take action. And what do I mean by action? It's one thing for us, it's one thing for me to be frustrated and to voice my anger and my discourse and my frustration on social media, whatever that platform may be. It's very easy for me to get in front of a camera if I'm interviewed for a news station to cry out in anger and say what needs to be done. But it's time for us, as men, to stand up and take our rightful place. We have to do better. We can do better. We will do better. But it will take a concerted effort. It will take action. I know many brothers and sisters in the community. I know many brothers, small business owners, brothers who are and sisters who are in positions of authority and positions of influence. And I challenge you today to use your influence, to use your authority, and let's get together. I'm looking for, it's amazing because in the Bible, Jesus had 12 disciples. 12. He chose 12. He said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And these weren't great men. These were ordinary men in different walks of life. But he called them for a purpose. He called them to serve. He called them to reach the lost and to become fishers of men. And my distinct calling and my distinct purpose and what my passion is leadership and training and reaching out to men and helping them be the best men that they can be for Christ. But it's time. I know I can't do it alone, but I know my one effort multiplied by others. And as we continue to multiply and grow and to reach out and to lead and to rise up and to become a force in this nation. And let me be clear, I'm not just speaking of African American men. I'm speaking of all men. I'm speaking of my brothers in Christ, white, black, red, brown, green, yellow. I'm speaking of men who are ready to stand up, men who are willing to use their influence, men who are willing to use their wisdom, men who are willing to use their experience to not only hold others accountable, but to hold each other accountable, to hold ourselves accountable, to raising up this country, to changing this country, to making a difference for the future, to leaving a legacy for our young men and our young women to be able to walk in the streets, to be able to wake up and to live in peace and to live in joy and to honor and to know and to learn how to honor and respect and to value each other's lives. There may be some who watch this video and say, Brother Jimenez, you know what, that all sounds good, but you know what, I'm tired of talking. And you're absolutely right, I'm tired of talking as well. And I'm not only challenging you, but I'm challenging myself as well, that we can make a difference. And what I'm doing is not enough. The men and women that I'm reaching in my circle is not enough. But I do believe that we together can make a difference. We together can impart change. We together can stand for something greater than ourselves. That we can stand for something greater than our product or our services. That we can stand for humanity. That we can stand for equal treatment, equal rights, equal treatments for African American men and women, but for every man and woman in this country. I believe as I was growing up, and I shared this before, that it was a village. It took a village to raise myself and my community. We embraced each other. We loved each other. We respected each other. And we honored each other for our diversity and for our culture and for the differences that we brought to the table. And we have to do better. We can do better. There is right and there is wrong. Whether you're a police officer, whether you're a regular man in the street, whether you're someone who's a doctor or an attorney or a lawyer or you're in ministry, right? We can do better. We have to do better. We have to ensure, we have to push and press and make sure that those who do wrong, those who take an innocent life, those who kill, those who have no respect for the value of a precious life, that they are dealt with, that they are arrested, they are convicted, they are punished, that they are stopped, and that this killing stops, that this disrespect of human life stops, that being treated as someone who's unequal stops, that me being treated a certain way because I'm black or because I'm brown or because I'm yellow or because I'm white has to stop, that we are all human beings. Death knows no color. Blood is red, universal. Pain knows no color. Loss and grief and hurt know no color. But I challenge each and every one of you today. I challenge the men in this country. I challenge the men in my local community. And I'm looking for 12. Let's just start with 12. you call me. I will give you my number. My phone number is 888-565-3318. And I challenge us to come together and band and grow and to become strong and to lead out into our communities and to lead out in our churches, to lead out in the political arenas. Let us take our rightful place as men in this country. Let us take our rightful place to change this culture, to change the dynamics, to stop the killing, to stop the loss, to hold people accountable, to hold each other accountable. Those that are in higher office, those that are in elected office, we have to hold them accountable. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to stop killing each other. I am not discarding, I am not pushing aside any of the events that have happened over the past week. We have our own house to clean as well. We have to stop killing each other. We have to focus on investing in the lives of our young men and women. We have to focus on not buying $200 pair of tennis shoes, but be willing to spend $200 to get your son or daughter prepared for college. Get them training to take the SAT test and the ACT test. Invest in their education and reading and studying and history so they can know where they come from and who they are and who God esteems them to be. So again, I didn't know what I was going to say. I knew God led me to be able to share now, and I'm sure I'll be sharing more in the future as God gives it to me. But I'm looking for 12 men, 12 ordinary men who want to be extraordinary men, who want to lead out, who want to make a difference, who start a movement, not for ourselves, but for the betterment of this country, for the betterment of this nation, for the betterment of each and every person. And it starts with us. It starts with me. And I'm asking that you join me. Again, my phone number is 1-888-565-3318. If you get my answering service, it's okay. Please leave a message so I can reach out to you and that I can talk to you. You can make a difference. One person can make a difference. But we have to purpose to start. We have to purpose to act. We have to purpose to step out of our comfort zone and walk through and push through our pain. We have to step through the uneasiness and the not knowing and the uncertainty. We have to step through passiveness. We have to step through not doing anything, But we have to do it with wisdom. We have to do it with respect. We have to do it being led by the Spirit of God. We have to do it with love. We have to do it with honor. We have to do it with integrity. But this we must do. We must not do nothing. We must not sit back and do nothing. I am a prayer warrior. I'm a prayer champion. And I will continue to pray. I will pray my socks off. And I will pray for you. I will pray for this nation. I will pray for this country. But we must as men stand up. We must take action. We must move forward in a civil way, in a vocal way, in an effective way to save these lives, to save our lives, to save this country and to change this country. We will do it by placing God first. We will do it by seeking Him first and having Him lead us and guide us and instruct us. But we will do it. We will stand up. We will rise. And we will own this. And we will make a change. Thank you, and God bless everyone.